Hello boyos, Rich Boy J here back with another video, and this is going to be a look at the haul that I got from this past weekend at Brickworld Chicago. It was a wonderful time, got to hang out with a bunch of wonderful people, got to meet some wonderful people as well, and of course, I could not come home empty-handed. One thing I will say about this haul is actually much bigger than what I usually return home with from conventions. It just happens to be the case that typically when I go to these conventions, I just don't buy much. I don't know if it's because I'm trying to save money, or usually when I go to these, I'm like just finishing up a big mock, so I'm really just trying to focus on get the mock set up, not really looking for new Lego too much. But I splurged a little bit. I mean, not really, but I think I got some good stuff, so let's dive right into it. So first thing we have up is this is actually a Pick-a-Brick cup. The store that we were pick-a-bricking from was running low on cups, so they asked us to just put it in bags. So that's kind of what this is. But I'm actually just going to dump it on the table because I'm going to need to dump it at some point anyways. But this is actually my bag of parts that I got for, here, let's show you guys first. Man, that's a mess. I don't know if I thought that one through. Anyways, so this is actually the bag of parts that I got for M&R's Building on a Budget series. You guys will see that episode premiering at some point after this. But there's just a bunch of random stuff I thought that might be useful for that build, and also just stuff that I'd like to have in my collection moving forward. So one of the coolest things that they had at the Pick-a-Brick store when we went to Chicago was this 1x2 dark grain brick that is scrumptious. So glad they had that. I guess another piece that kind of stuck out to me was this 1x1 plate with the horizontal clip on it. That thing is useful as heck for Star Wars builders, so I'm glad I got a bunch of those thrown in there as well. So let's actually go ahead and move these guys out of the way, or out of the way as much as possible. We got two more of these cups, so fortunately I think the other two bags are actually just all the same part. But in here, I'm actually not going to dump this out, but I can show you guys. This was basically a Pick-a-Brick cup of the 1x2 dark green brick. Once again, useful part. I'm actually not even sure what I'll use it for, but it's a good part. It's an uncommon part. But I think that anytime you can get Lego parts in the dark colors, like dark green, red, blue, whatever, it's a good decision to go ahead and pick those up. So hopefully there's some big, large, dark green structure in Star Wars Episode 9, or some sort of Star Wars media moving forward. I will certainly be prepared for it. Now, this last bag is definitely my favorite out of all of them. This is a bag of 1x4 black tile. Man, what a beautiful sight. So this is obviously an uncommon part for the Pick-a-Brick wall. Tile of any kind really is uncommon on the Pick-a-Brick wall, but when you can get it in black, color that I think tile usually runs a little bit more expensive for, especially since, like, I mean, usually out of the packaging, black tiles can be scratched up, so if you're going to get it, the best place is going to be from, directly from Lego. Minimize the amount of hands this thing has been passed through. But yeah, I got a full cup of these bad boys. So I actually know exactly what I'm going to be using these for. The trim on the TIE fighters that I'm using on Starkiller is black, which requires a ton of black tile. I still have tons of those TIE fighters to build moving forward, so this will certainly help towards that. I think the floor on the inside of most of the base is black. My goal is actually to use 2x2 tiles for that, but I'm sure these 1x4 tiles will come in very... But I'm sure these 1x4 tiles will be useful in kind of filling out some of the gaps left by the 2x2 tiles if they don't line up perfectly. So those are my Pick-a-Brick hauls, and man oh man, am I happy about those. So let's move on to some more parts that I actually picked up. So right here is actually a haul that I bought from another YouTuber by H2 Brick. He was selling some parts, and I bought some parts from that boy. So first one, it's not really much, just some 1x1 light gray plates. He had them. I use these all the time, so I figured why not go ahead, pick those up. Now this was actually one I was super happy to get. I believe this is like 250 black 1x2 tiles, which is once again going to be useful for the trim on the TIE Fighter wings. It's also just useful for the floor and bases, and black tile is just always nice to get. So I'm super happy I was able to pick these up. I don't have a ton of black 1x tile outside of those mini TIE fighters that I've been building for Starkiller. So super stoked to pick that up. We got ourselves a Beyond the Break sticker. I actually didn't even know that was in that bag, but kind of cool to have. I'll stick that somewhere. But this is what I really, really, really wanted. So we got a bag of 100 light bluish gray sandwich tiles. Man, I could just eat these. I'm not going to. But these things are so freaking useful. It's a newer part, so you're not going to find these in circulation too much. But I got these for a very, very good price. Got 100 of them. And, I mean, I don't know immediately what I'm going to use them for, but, of course, when you're building Star Wars, I mean, you're definitely always going to need light bluish gray tiles and really just parts of any kind. So I'm glad to have a nice surplus of these. These will come in handy, I'm sure, very much so down the line. So shout out to Noah, aka H2 Brick. If you guys don't know about him, go check out his channel. He's an incredible builder. So set that aside. This next thing is probably my favorite thing that I bought this weekend. So I got it from Citizen Brick, as you can tell by this large red bag. It's not really a large bag. It's large compared to things that are in the frame. But anyways, this bag holds something that I was just, I mean, I don't usually buy stuff like this at conventions, but I saw it and I instantly just knew I had to have it. So I guess Citizen Brick makes like custom minifigs, like custom printed ones, and it's all on Lego parts, so I don't need to feel any guilt there. But let's stop talking and let's start showing. So I imagine most of you probably have not seen this movie before, but
this is a certified hood classic.
You heard it. This right here is a certified hood classic. This is 2 figures from the movie Friday. Got Craig on one side, played by Ice Cube. Got Smokey on the other side, played by Chris Tucker. And having these minifigures is just so freaking hilarious to me. Never did I ever think I would own a Craig and Smokey minifigure from the movie Friday, but I'm glad I do. So, I mean, the packaging is so nice. I don't want to open these, but I'm sure at some point I will find some awesome creative way to incorporate these into some mock, whether it be an Easter egg or whether I might just do an entire Friday mock. Who knows? But man, I am so happy to have these bad boys right here. Shout out to Citizen Brick. They have tons of just stuff like this from various films. Obviously on the packaging it says The Day Before Saturday, which is honestly hilarious. But yeah, guys, go check out their website. I love these figs, and I can't wait to crack these bad boys open. Now, the second part of this haul is going to be featured by things that I was actually given by friends or fans. So let's dive right into that. First thing I have right here is a Blue Brick. There's a YouTube user by the name of Blue Brick. Got to meet him this weekend. Great kid. I actually had quite a good time talking to him. He has the new Asgard mock that's featured in the mock showcase video that I made. So if you saw that and you like that, this is pertaining to him. And this is kind of his sig fig, and he had a bunch of them to give away at the convention, and he gave me one, and I was actually super happy about that. It's so cute. I love this thing. And it's cool that he's kind of branded himself that way. So that will actually be featured in something I do at some point down the line. I'm happy to have it. Now, the next one, which really surprised me, I believe this was given to me by a fan named Logan. If I got that wrong, please go in the comment section, correct me, whoever it was that gave this to me. I met so many people this past weekend, it's kind of hard to keep up with a lot of the names. I'm trying my best to do that here. But nonetheless, he gave me a Vulture Droid. This is the Vulture Droid that was in, I guess this was coupled with Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter. And I don't own this, so I was actually quite excited to get this. I felt that this was like a subtle nod to be like, hey, Rich Boy J, do a prequel mock, do a Clone Wars mock, bro. And yeah, I guess, if you guys really want me to do a Clone Wars mock, then this is like the perfect way to get me to do it. Give me Clone Wars stuff, and of course I'll have to put it to use at some point. But yeah, I'm super stoked to have this. I like this build quite a bit. The one that I had kind of similar to this was the Vulture Droid that came doubled with the Naboo Starfighter. It's really mostly the same build. It was just the brown or tan version of it. So yeah, super stoked to have this bad boy right here. This will fit right alongside the other ships on my like episode 3 Separatist ship shelf. So thank you so much for giving this to me. I really appreciate it. Next up, we have what was just the coolest thing ever. So, sorry, Vulture Droid. I had a few fans this week actually contribute to the Starkiller base mod, which is absolutely incredible. You know that that's my large scale project that I'm working on right now, so it means the world to me that you guys would want to help out with that. So, starting off first, this was a package given to me by Hideous Sidious. He actually included a very nice and thoughtful note in there. Not going to show it to you guys, but Hideous Sidious, thank you so much, man, for this. I mean, you know how badly I need these guys. It's a bunch of those standard first order troops from his own collection, and this is just, man, I can't even put into words how awesome it is that you guys are just so kind to want to contribute to the mock in many, many ways. So this is going to help so much with it, and I sincerely appreciate you for doing so. The second one, I honestly can't quite remember who gave this to me, which I feel kind of bad about. So once again, if you're watching this right now, please go in the comment section, put your name, say you gave this to me, and I will give you proper credit for it sometime down the line. But in other words, I was gifted these first order troops. I think it's 2 of actually each of the standard troops, as well as a free shipping card from the LEGO website, which is kind of cool. But yeah, once again, these are going to be super useful for the Starkiller base mod. So I know I have a long way to go before I actually get enough troops to kind of fill out that thing. But these are small steps to get me there, and it means a lot to have these now in my collection. This final one is a big boy package. This is quite the feat. So these are actually being loaned to me by Forever LEGO Studios, also known as Hunter. He had the big Hoth mock in the mock showcase video I did from Brickworld. So if you guys haven't checked him out, make sure you go do that as well. But yeah, he loaned me a ton of first order figures. I think this is like every first order figure from his collection. He realized he's not going to be using these anytime soon. So he said, why not let a boyo borrow them? So I really appreciate this, man. So he actually created a little list of everything he's giving. So got 15 of the standard troops. Let me see if I can focus a little bit better. Yeah, we got 15 of the standard troops, 1 command troop. I'm guessing that's like maybe like a commander stormtrooper, 7 snow troopers, 2 command snow troopers, 6 heavy gunners, 3 flame troops, 6 pilots. That's actually going to be super useful because I don't have a ton of those. 1 special forces pilot. Super happy about that. That's my favorite figure. 10 weird helmet trooper with I guess it says with like white face, and then 1 of them with a black face. I guess those are like the first order crew guys with the big weird helmets. 6 officers with long hat. 5 officers. That says 5 officers, 1 female blue. Okay, cool. So I guess one of those was like Rose or something. And it says 2 of them are tan-faced. So that's actually really useful when you're borrowing minifigs. It's good to have a list of them so you know exactly what to give back. And I mean, this is just so many freaking figures, man. Like, Starkiller base is looking in really good shape, so appreciate that, Hunter. Now, the final thing I want to show you guys is actually pretty sweet because it's something that I really would not have gotten otherwise, and that is this foil pack. It's the Star Destroyer, and if you don't really know what this is, I think in like Europe and maybe some other overseas countries, they do these like foil packs. I believe these come with like some sort of magazine. If I'm wrong about that, definitely correct me in the chat. But basically, these things are not easy to get for an American boy, and I had just an incredible fan give this to me. I can't quite remember the name. I definitely remember the face because we actually had quite an extended conversation, but I have no doubt that you're watching right now. Once again, put it in the comment section. I would love to remember exactly who gave me what. I really just need to start keeping like a list so I can remember. But thank you so much, man. Like, this is so freaking cool. Like, I don't have any of these in my collection. There was a very small chance that I would have ever been able to add any of these unless I really went out of my way to get them from overseas. But the fact that I now have at least one of these is actually so freaking cool. So thank you so much, man. Trust me, it means the world to me that you'd be willing to give me something like this, especially knowing that it's not an easy thing to get here on this side of the world. So thank you so much for that. But all right, now that all of that's out of the way, I can get to the most important thing that I picked up this weekend. Some of you might be able to guess it. Others may have no idea where the heck this is coming from. But trust me, this thing is important. About 10 months ago, something that I hold very dearly to me, I brought to a convention, and it might be the biggest mistake I've ever left. It might be the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life, but I left it there. 10 months later, Brickworld Chicago, 2019, it is finally returned to its rightful owner, and that is, of course, Bling Bling the Boyo chain. So if you guys have no idea what the heck this is, because it's actually been quite a while since I've shown this thing on this channel, this is a necklace that I made quite some time ago, and it says Boyo on it because apparently that's my thing. And I don't know, it was just a cool kind of thing that I wore, and my goal was to like take it to conventions and whatnot. And that was the case last year at Brickworld, Virginia. I'm sorry, at Brick Fair, Virginia. I brought it. I actually left it in Matt's car because I think he took me to the airport. And for whatever reason, I was still wearing it at that point, but I took it off to get in the car and I left it there. So it's been like 10 months since then, and I finally have this back in my possession. To put it quite simply, guys, this necklace is my life. All in all, guys, that is my Brickworld haul. I'm super happy with what I got. I know it's not a ton of stuff, but it's definitely more stuff than I usually walk away from a convention with. And this group of things right here just means the world to me. Coming from friends, coming from fans, coming from people who I have got to meet this weekend. It's just really one of the coolest things ever. So that's going to finish up the video, guys. Like I always say, if you like what I do, go ahead, support the video by hitting the like button, support the channel by smashing that subscribe button, and I'll be back again very soon.